We're hearing the same old tired Republican borrow and spend rhetoric. They're all for our middle-class tax relief and extension of important tax incentives. They just don't want to pay for it. They'd rather borrow from our grandchildren. Borrow it. You'll like it. That's the misguided approach we followed for 7 long years under this Bush administration. And look at the mess it's gotten us into. The dollar going down by the day. The specter of inflation and recession occurring at the same time. And because now of our Democratic commitment to pay-as-you-go government, what we do in this bill is to reduce the revenues coming in by about $76 billion over the next 5 years and then replace those same revenues with another $76 billion. It's balanced, no new debt, and that is the type of fiscal responsibility that is anathema to our Republican colleagues in this administration. The best that they've been able to do is offer us more empty demands to just cut spending to pay for it. Well, President Bush sent his representative from the Treasury Department to our committee on this very bill, and we said, well, what specific spending cuts do you have to pay for this bill if you think that's the way to do it? And he scratched his head, and he couldn't think of a single spending cut, nor have they. Their approach is just more borrow and spend. Let's be clear about it. Over the last 7 years, no one in this country has spoken louder about fiscal responsibility and cutting spending than President Bush, and no one in this country has done less about it. Oh, Rip Van Bush, he snoozed while the spending soared, and he just borrowed more and more with a happy face toward our children. Today, we Democrats fulfill our pledge to stop making things worse and eventually to be able to turn them around. A vote for this bill. A vote for this bill today is a vote for middle-class tax relief, and it is also a long overdue vote to repudiate this Republican fantasy. I yield back.